G'day, I'm David G. Sheshnag Yoga Centre, the Diary of an Awakening Man. Just like to share some of the wins, if you call them wins. I guess they're fulfillment because I've been working towards some things for a while. One of the wins is I understand intimacy a lot more now. I used to think intimacy was tied in with sex, but it's actually the other way around. Sex is tied in with intimacy, and sex is the expression in a physical way. But I've been looking into intimacy. Now I can be intimate with anyone. Open, vulnerable, myself. In that, I've been hugging men, beautiful hugs, like long hugs where I lose myself. I don't even hug women as long as I hug men, apart from a consort, So that's been beautiful for me to try and understand. After my friend said, your higher self took sex away so you could experience true intimacy. I've really appreciated that line. And from that, I also heard something. If you want a really good sex life, concentrate on making everything about the relationship, which isn't sex, better. And then you'll have better sex. So I looked into it. If I can, from a male perspective, provide a constant, stable, emotional expression, a mature one where I'm able to understand what I'm feeling and be able to communicate that in a healthy way. So from that foundation, that provides the ability for my consort or women, if you're another male, not me, that provides the opportunity for them to feel emotionally connected. There's a saying that says, for men to be emotional, they need sex. For women to want sex, the emotional part comes first. So without the emotional connection, unless they're indoctrinated culturally, they're not feeling sexual. So I've understood that the relationship, and a stable relationship, is the best foundation for a good sex life. But in the relationship is where the true intimacy lies, where you communicate properly, where you respect the other person, where your interactions are mutually happening, where you share the obligations, not one person doing everything, not the other way around. It's been a beautiful experience to actually understand that I can be intimate with anyone, because ultimately we're talking about the purest form of Tantra in the sense of Shiva and Shakti, consciousness and manifested energy having the experience of life. In that, you can be your own Shiva Shakti, connect with anyone, whether it's your kids, teacher, someone just at the pool, someone on Skype, it doesn't matter. You can be comfortable in yourself, talking from your heart in a centered and aligned manner, which allows you intimate connection. If you're looking in the wrong place, or you're just researching the old concept of sexuality, then maybe sex is the first priority. But I've learned that. I've learned to be able to communicate my feelings. Not necessarily like I've jumped from kindergarten to doing my masters. It's like I'm maybe in 3rd grade, 4th grade. The other win is that I've been trying to be aroused when I'm not stoned. So to be aroused in a sober way, to feel the pleasure, even though I endorse being stoned sometimes because it slows your mind down to allow yourself to meditate. in a way that's a bit more still, a bit more connected, but you also open yourself up to negative vibrations and the opportunity for paranoia and fear. So you feed the Nephilim, which is uncool. So I'm lucky I don't have much fear. But I'm trying to give a wide berth so I can try and be this embodied, awakened masculine that is not hiding from anything, feeling most things, and being able to digest those and express them in a healthy way. Okay, so there are some of the wins. I need more practice on being able to sustain myself straight during intercourse. Well, that's what I tell my girlfriend anyway. Could always do with more practice, just to refine myself. But I'm making progress. So I didn't want it all to be, the diary to be all about the negative aspects and shit coming up that I can't face or can't handle. I want it to be in a way that is enjoyable and, just working through stuff as well as going, mate, you're all right. You've worked through some things. There's some positive outcomes. So let's not just be dark about it. Focus on the pain. Let's focus on the joy too. I've made huge progress as a person. So I'm happy with where I'm at. Of course, there's always the opportunity to be more refined and more emotional, more connected. I don't know if I'll ever be softer, man. I'm pretty soft and sensitive, but geez, I'm intense as hell. And I say it how it is. Next video, I'll do another one on hanging out with men. Om Namah Shivaya. Share the world. Thanks for listening. Peace.